Good morning. Welcome. We're so glad to have you here. And I am thrilled to be talking today to Rosalind Swift, who is the chair of the Communications Committee for the Enfield Safe Harbor Warming Center, a really fabulous organization that helps the homeless community in Enfield. Hi, Rosalind. Thanks. Thanks for coming on. It's good to see you.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me. It's a pleasure. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
So this is a really important time to talk about this and what the organization does. We're in a huge cold snap. COVID-19 has really done a number on social services and the services available to people. So I'm really excited to talk to you about the center and what is going on in the update. But before we get there, why don't you tell me and our viewers, how'd you get involved with the organization and what's your role today? What does that mean?
Well, actually, I have been involved with the Warming Center from the beginning, which was, it started in 2016, and we've been growing steadily. And it's originally formed with the churches in Enfield. But we have now since branched out. We are a 501c3, and we do have great expectations. And in this time of change, and even with COVID, the homelessness really have increased. I mean, there's always a discussion about we don't have homeless in our backyard, but we do have homeless in Enfield and the surrounding towns. So that was our original reason for starting the Warming Center, because we know that we do have homeless here in the town of Enfield. So
sadly,
from the very beginning, I've been with it.
Oh, that's great. So have you found that the pandemic and the problem with COVID-19, has that increased the homelessness problem? Or what are you seeing as someone who works on the ground with providing services?
Absolutely. It has definitely increased. And over the years that we have held the Warming Center, we have seen an increase gradually. We're not sure if it's because people feel more comfortable with us now. They see that we're here. We've been here now for 5 years, and so maybe they trust us more. But it is, and due to COVID, with loss of jobs, loss of finances, everything, some people just need a place to stay because they can't afford the rent.
Right.
They're working. They're actually working, but they can't afford the rent. So we are really helping at a time that's needed, and COVID has only increased the problem.
I'm sure. And you see that in the news that people aren't able to pay their rents. A lot of people are losing their housing these days. So this has been a very unusual year. So I know in a minute you'll give us an update on how things are working now, but in a normal year, if we didn't have a pandemic, what types of services are available from the Warming Center?
The Warming Center originally offered, overnight shelter, and we were open only January through March, which this is the same situation now, but because of other resources and COVID, the time for our clients to stay out of the cold will be extended longer. So,
yeah. And how many people do you normally serve? Do you have an average, or does it really vary based on, I don't know, different circumstances, the weather or whatever? What do you find? What is your normal?
We have down through the years had, if we want to say, regulars. They really do come back every year. We have seen an increase because of COVID and because of the extreme cold weather snap that we've had. So I would say that we average about 16 clients a night. And that may not seem like a lot, but even from our earlier days, that's the max. We could only house 15 to 16 clients.
Mhm. Right.
So it's pretty steady. And the good thing about it this year is that we are able to send the overflow to Vernon or to Hartford. That's the new connection we have this year.
That's great. So, but the organization offers more than overnight accommodations, right? They offer other services. What are some of the other things that the
We
organization?
offer, well, when they first come in, we give them snacks. We give them like clothing and different things like that. We also furnish a hot meal every single day
Wow.
while they're being sheltered.
Mhm.
Um, we give other resources. We're a great place for resources how to get connected in to the system.
Mhm.
It's a rapid housing that they can get involved in. We've had clients last year that came through and were able to get permanent housing because you do kind of jump to the front of the line when you go into a shelter. So,
That's
like I said,
great.
along with offering those kind of services, housing and CHR, which is a mental health, which that has increased greatly this year. You
Oh,
know,
yes.
so many people are stressed out about things.
Mhm.
So, those are the kinds of services that we have been offering.
That's great. Yeah, mental health services have been on the uptick for sure in the
Mhm.
last year.
Mhm.
So part of the reason that we jumped on today was for you to give us an update about the Outreach and Engagement Center. What's news there? What's happening there?
Well, like I say, we are um, having clients come in. They're interviewed, if you want to say, to see what their needs are. Uh, we have tons and tons of like clothing, and yes, we could always use more snacks and things like that to give to our clients because naturally we're using them each and every night. And another thing is conversation. When you come in, um, you're greeted warmly. You're made to feel like um, you're welcome. You're a person. We're here to serve you. We're here to do whatever we can to get you settled and on and sheltered. Give you the basic needs that you need right now. We even have sleeping blankets. we have all kinds of things that even if they can't get sheltered immediately that night, we've been doing fairly good. But if it's
Mhm.
not immediately, then we do have, blankets, sleeping bags, and different things that they can use. To be truthful, some of our clients will still take the supplies and the goods and sleep outside,
Right,
you
right,
know. And we have to accept that. We want them to be sheltered. We want them to be warm, but it is their decision.
right, right. And that human connection is so important for everyone. So
Mhm.
that's really wonderful that that's a focus. So how has the organization adapted in the world of COVID-19? I'm sure it must have been just like, in every aspect, trying to find a way to deliver the services in this difficult time. What have you done?
Can I tell the truth?
Yeah, I don't know.
You want me to pull our hair out? Like, wonder how we're going to do it. But again, we want to thank our providers in the town of Enfield and different other organizations like the Rotary Club, the Elks Club, um, just the Lions Club. I mean, they
Yeah,
just stepped up. I even want to give a shout out to Minuteman Press that printed up our signage. So we've been getting donations for cleaning supplies, the gloves, the PPEs, and so that's all extra money, right?
right, right.
So
So it takes a village,
definitely
right?
that right. So definitely it's been different, and it's been different from for all nonprofits because this is just additional things that you have to try to figure out the social distancing, the mask, just all of these things that. But I have to say we rose to the challenge. And even though we're operating differently, we're successful at this point in what we're doing. We're safe. The clients are safe. So we're happy how it turned out this year.
Yeah, that's great. It is. It's just a matter of adapting. I think we've all had to adapt, and it's wonderful that so many local organizations and companies have really rallied behind, to help you, because that's really what it's all about. We all need each other.
Absolutely.
Yep,
Absolutely.
definitely. So in our last few minutes, let me ask you, if someone's watching that doesn't know anything about the organization, what would you like them to know?
Well, that definitely that we are here to serve our community. And we invite you to check out our webpage at EnfieldSafeHarbor.org, or go to our Facebook. So our main thing is to serve the homeless here in Enfield. And that you can even become a volunteer. We're begging for volunteers to join us. There's other work committees that you can get involved in, and it takes all of that to really bring the homeless shelter together. All these different agencies and different things.
Yes. So, and I know that you wanted to share the email address. So I'm putting that in the chat right now. So if someone's watching and they are interested in getting involved, or even just finding more information, or if they need help finding services, right, they could contact you at that email address.
Absolutely.
Find out more.
Absolutely.
So that's great. So if you're watching, why don't you start to follow the Facebook page? We'll be doing some more videos, and you can learn more about the organization that way, or contact Rosalind at the email address that's in the chat. Post questions, happy to answer them. And we're so glad that you stopped by. And thank you, Rosalind, for telling us more about what you do. And I can't wait to have additional conversations with you.
Thank you, Janine. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for the open door and the opportunity just to share who we are and what we do. Thanks again.
Thanks again. So thanks for stopping by. Stay safe, stay warm, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye now.